Hey guys, so I just thought I'd give you a video today. A lot of people have asked me, you know, what it's like to be on board a ship as a crew member, how did you get this job, and I just thought I'd kind of wrap all this up in one video for you guys. So I did try and go outside and try and video outside in the sun. However, it's a little bit windy and I just didn't think it was a good idea. So I'm in my cabin right now. I don't know if you can see my little fairy lights behind me. Just thought I'd give you a little rundown of, you know, life on board, how I got the job and all that. So I've been with Carnival now for nearly 4 years and I've loved every single second of it. So I auditioned for Carnival in London at Pineapple Studios, and their audition process was actually really organised. So they split the people into like groups of 8, I think, and we did like kicks and like turns and stuff from the corner and whatever. And from what they saw, they cut people straight away. So they did that, so they went through everyone who was there and then they did kicks and turns and stuff and they cut people. So then next we learnt this routine. We had like 10 minutes to learn this routine from the choreographer, and we performed this routine in, again, I think it was like 4s, and from that they decided who they wanted to keep and who they wanted to get rid of. So so then we were left with, say, you know, 100 of us. I mean, in the beginning there was thousands of people, but they were so organised, Carnival was so organised that they did these 2 things and they got rid of loads of people. And then we did another routine, and again they cut people from that. So I think in total we did like that corner step, those kicks and turns, and I think we did 2 or 3 routines. In the end we had about 25-50 people in the room, and they were the people that were going to get employed on that day. So we all got given like a business card from Carnival, and they said they were going to call us with a job, and yeah. So I think I got my job, I think a couple of months later or something. And my first job was to go to the Carnival Imagination. It was an install, which means that it was getting this new branding of 2.0 and these new shows, and it was quite a big deal, right? And it was my first ship with Carnival, and I had an absolute blast. So their actual like audition process is very organised. I mean, the industry we're doing is very, you know, it's very hard, it's very harsh, you might not be what they're looking for, they might love what they see.
First stage response, deck bravo, main vertical zone 2, dry store, alpha code. Once again,
All
for
codes.
drill only, attention, first stage response, deck bravo, main vertical zone 2, dry store, alpha code.
So what you've just witnessed there is they're doing a drill right now, and it's for a fire. So you've just witnessed a drill, and that's what you'd hear if there was like an actual fire on board the ship. So yeah. So back to where I was. So yeah, our industry is very hard, it's very harsh. If you're not what they like, then you know, you could have travelled miles to get to London or whatever to do that one audition, and it could have been kind of, you know, a waste of time. But then again, it's experience at the end of the day, and that's how you have to think of it. So for you guys that, you know, are just finishing college and are starting to audition, don't get disheartened by, you know, not getting the first or second or third audition that you go for, because, you know, this industry is what it is, and it's hard to you know, get your first job. And once you get that first job, it's on your CV or your resume, so they kind of see that you've been working and things like that. But, you know, keep going, and you will succeed, and you will get what you want. So anyway, back on track. So yeah, the audition process is great. It's really organised and whatever. However, I'm saying this from like nearly 4 years ago, so how their audition process is now, I'm not really sure, but it would be on a similar lines. So once you're on board, as I said in my previous video, we do this whole cast change process. That is going to change. We're going to start doing that on land instead of on the ships. which is going to be a lot better. Working on land, doing your work at the studios, and then going back to your apartment that they put you in, just kind of separates work life and, you know, your home kind of life. So it's going to be a lot better once they open these studios, which should be in the upcoming months. So life on board isn't for everyone. I mean, if you're a very homely person, you like your home comforts and you're very family orientated, like, it's not going to be for you, because, you know, you don't get all these things here. I mean, life on board it's a lifestyle, right? We don't pay bills, we don't pay for food, we don't pay for, you know, water, electricity, anything like that. Like, we live for free, basically. We spend our money and what we earn on what we like. Like, you can spend as much or as little as you like. So it's a definite lifestyle, it's not reality, and that's the big thing. I mean, I've worked with many people that have done it and will never do it again, and people that have tried it and quit halfway. Like, it's a definite job where you have to be in it, and you have to love everything about the job. You can't choose, because it's not gonna be for you. Us in our department and in our job, we're very privileged in what we do. So we only work at night, so we don't do very long hours. But our job that we do is very demanding. Our shows are very high energy, high impact. So once you're doing your job, it takes it out of you. But compared to like people like cabin stewards or bartenders or people like that, or chefs and things like that, their hours are very long. And, you know, they don't get paid as much as we do, kind of thing. However, their money, once taken back to their country, like to, you know, the Philippines or Indonesia or anywhere like that they're from, their money is worth so much more. This is why these people do it. I mean, they work long hours, they all have families and children and wives and everything back home. They're away from their families to provide for their families, right? So they earn their money, but they send it back home so that their families can live. But yeah, so like, as performers, we are directly employed by Carnival. So we work for Carnival, we're just Carnival, that's who we are. However, people like the bartenders or like the cabin stewards, they're all employed by agencies. So they're not direct from Carnival. They don't audition or have an interview through Carnival. They're all through agencies. So, you know, Carnival go to these agencies, and these agencies provide these Indonesians, Filipinos, Indians to work for Carnival or any other cruise line. So that's how that works. As a crew member, you know, in our job, we get a lot of benefits. So, you know, we get our own cabins. We get to have guest area privileges. So, meaning, you know, we can go up to the bars and have a drink. We can go eat in the special restaurants on board. We can, you know, we can venture out whenever we want. That is part of our job. Not many crew members get to do that and have those, you know, those privileges. We can go and watch the comedians that are on board, or the fly-on acts. You know, that a fly-on act is basically someone that they're employed by Carnival or other cruise lines, but they are employed to come on the ship and do their gig, their stunt, whatever it is. It may be like some kind of juggler or comedian or singer or anything. Just someone, they're called a fly-on, so their act is kind of very unique, very special, and they just fly on to different ships and do their job. But yeah, we get a lot of benefits. I mean, also my family are going to come cruise. They normally come cruise on every ship that I'm on, and they're going to come on, and I get them discounted cruises. They get a guest cabin. It's not the best cabin on board, but you know, they get discounted prices for that. As we have our own cabins on board, I can have a friend or family member or anyone come on board and stay in my cabin for $7 a night, which is nothing, right? My friend did it. We took a ship from Tampa all the way to LA through the Panama Canal. She did that crossing with me, and then from LA I went all the way to Australia for 21 days. and she did that whole crossing with me too, and we did like the French Polynesian islands like Bora Bora, Tahiti, all those kind of places, and it cost me nothing because it was $7 a night, and she had an absolute blast. So obviously the other benefits of being a crew member is that we're traveling the world, right? So right now we are we're at sea, and we're actually not going anywhere. I'll tell you why. Basically we're doing, it's a 3 days cruise to nowhere, so we just go out to sea and we come back. Just for those people that just want to kind of just live the life on board, get a tan kind of thing. These are very rare. We don't do many of these. Normally our cruises are like 7 to like 12-day cruises, but this is a very rare 3-day. So, but yeah, like we get to travel the world, right? My very first cruise ship I ever did was with a company called Thompson, and I did like the Med. I was in like, my home port was Tenerife, and I did all like the Canary Islands, like Gran Canaria, La Palma, like I did so many, Morocco. So I got to do that side of the world, the Med, and then obviously for the last 4 years I've been out of America and or Australia, so I've got to see this side of the world. So that's for me is the best thing about this. I'm getting to see the world for free, and a lot of people would dream of doing that while doing what I love. So I get to do the job I love and see the world. Like, there's nothing better. And with that I get to bring my family along. They get to see the world. They get to see what, they put a lot of money into my career, into my training, so now they're getting to see the benefits of all of that. So the least I can do is bring them on board and pay for a cruise for them and whatever, to let them enjoy and see what I can do. Life of a crew member isn't for everyone. Like, if you're a very home person and you like your home comforts, and you may have a really big family at home and you'd love to spend time with all of them. Like for me, I don't really have a very big family, but for me it's what I love to do, and right now I can't think of anything better that I'd rather be doing. I get to do incredible shows, work with worldwide choreographers and artists. I'm doing a different show every night. I'm working with stupidly talented people, and I'm obviously traveling the world with my boyfriend Jackie. So right now I can't think of anything better, and that's what life on board for me is like. I love it. I wouldn't change it, and we'll keep doing it for another few years. I can't really see an end date. So, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I just thought I'd give you a little rundown of what it's like to be a crew member, and especially in my life and what I enjoy about this job. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really want you guys to give it a big thumbs up. Please share it. I want to, get more subscribers and more likes and more views on my videos. A lot of people say that my videos deserve more views, so please help me out. Make sure you put your comments below, and also guys, if you want to put a request in for a video that I can do for you on board, please write it in the comments or message me on Twitter or anything, and I'll try and do it for you. So take care guys, thank you.